Oh, Kevin.
She's great. Matter of fact, did she give Kevin the secret sauce, that Biz Radio, whatever the heck she broadcasts through? I have it down on copy. I mean, when Ann cuts it down.
You talking about Biz TV Radio?
No. She broadcasts. What's the name of where she broadcasts to?
Business Radio X, and they do a lot of radio podcasting around US.
Yeah.
And they have multiple shows running around every day, and she's doing a couple of podcasting shows with them.
Nick and I
Radio. Okay.
So how's life in the podcast world this week, Kevin?
Good. We did 2 episodes Monday nights. We did Forrest Gump, the aforementioned, and Usual Suspects, and then we're going to do another 2 next week. We're going to do someone brought up Philadelphia, and someone else brought up Parasite. So I watched Parasite last night. That was solid, very good film.
Are you kidding me? Okay, the thing is,
sorry. Nick, is Nick one of these guys that complains that he has to read a lot once in a while?
Okay, so folks,
where's my Home Alone Kevin?
Here we got Kevin Gootee, who does Gutting the Cow podcast and TV, and in the other corner we have Nick Palaveda, who is the senior executive producer. But it's quite interesting to watch these two guys destroy a movie or build it up. But I want to understand, Kevin, before you get going, share with us all the homework you do before you do your podcast, because you just said you were watching these movies. Explain to us what goes into it.
Well, I sit down, I watch a film, and I have one of these puppies next to me. Yellow legal pad. I write notes, I write jokes, I just find things that are funny. And then the research goes into, here are the segments. Here, I'll just break the show down. The show starts out with, I talk to my co-host for a minute or two, just a quick hi. Then we get into the facts and the figures of the film. How much did the film cost to make? How much did it make? How much, and if the film's older, how much did it cost him? How much was that money back in 1975 when Jaws came out? $40 million back in 1975 is not what it is today. So I do the conversion of what $20 are. I do the IMDb score. I do the Rotten Tomatoes critics and audience score. And then we call 5 fun facts. So I'll Google fun facts about Forrest Gump, and I'll do my favorite 5 that jump out. And then we jump into the meat of the show, which is where the guest then gets into why they hate their film. And they present their argument. We say very little and give them the floor. 99% of the time is them talking about why they hate the film. Then after that, we do our critics 5-star reviews, then critics 1-star reviews. Then we do the Amazon 5-star reviews and the Amazon 1-star reviews. And then we give our opinions and summarize and say, I like this film or I hate this film. And then I always ask, Kevin, did he gut the sacred cow? And that's the end. So the research is learning about the film, learning the facts about the film, and having enough notes and jokes. Oh, and we give our notes at the very end with jokes and observations. So
wow,
that's like the film. So we watch.
That's a lot of homework. Yeah, Walter did a lot of homework similar to what you do. He would watch every football game 4 or 5 times before we did our analysis the next week. Fortunately, I didn't have to do that. I just had to watch it once. But but he actually had a special tool or something where he only watched the real game. Like he didn't have to watch the commercials and speed up. He had it where it divided up. But anyway, you do a lot of homework. It's a lot of effort to do that and make it funny. But I'm going to let the two of you go at it because Nick's been waiting all week to talk to you again.
Take a number, Nick.
So you guys have fun, and I'm going to laugh.
Fire away. What do you got, buddy? Oh, he's on mute.
Wait a minute. I got
there you go.
Screen. We're going to test this out. This has been a real pain for me, is trying to get this thing to work. Gosh, I hate it when it doesn't work. Application window.
Glad you came prepared.
It has to wait. I'm definitely prepared. Yeah, I got that. I just got to get this. I just got to get my application window to work.
So, and I just want to share. I do think Lita's right. Be funny because that's your skill set. You remember when you told your story?
And she doesn't know. I mean, she doesn't know the show, but that's just That goes without saying. That really does. It's just no shit. Be funny. Duh. It's a movie comedy podcast. Of course, we know that, and we've got that covered. But that's the easy part.
I haven't got it. I've not had time to listen. I've been busy cleaning up technology.
Got it.
But I will do that. I'm gonna go on and listen. If anything, listen. I am excited.
Subscribe. And we now have merch. So Kimberly, feel free to buy a shirt, mug, hat, hoodie, whatever. We're open for business in the merch store at guttingthesacredcow.com.
Oh, I gotta buy it. I'll wear it if you send it. I'll drink.
I don't have. Listen, so this is funny. So this is the first time I did this for my show, Watching Comics. I paid a lot of money to have a bunch of shirts printed up. Whereas now this website, what they do is they print everything, they ship everything, and they bill everything, and I just get a cut of it. So I don't have anything to give away. Although I don't have like a stash of shirts like I did for Comics.
I'll tell you what, it's so much better that way, not to keep stock. So no, I agree.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because when you move to that factor, Walter was the same way. He said, I got into it over my head. How do you monetize on selling your product? So I'd like to know where you went to do all of that. Maybe we can swap on that information as well. But I think what you're doing is great. It's different. It's just nobody is doing something where you do it that way, but it's got to be funny. Nick, did you figure this out? What you're trying to do?
I can't get Kevin to share. Okay, maybe you can do it. It's the Home Alone where the lady goes, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean, I'm having real problems with the
computer. Wait, let me.
All that build up for just that. Oh,
I know.
Hold on.
No, she's got more stuff, man. We got a bunch of stuff to throw at you. That's just one of it.
Wait, Nick, do me a favor. Click on share screen. Just click on share screen.
I did.
For all of you viewers out there, this is how the fudge is packed.
That's right.
It won't share.
Nick, okay, I don't know why.
The app is running in the background, but it won't share. It's just awful.
What you're gonna have to do is send Ankit or myself your.
When I move to Raleigh, I'll have a higher bandwidth because I can't get it to share at all.
Well, what you'll do is we'll sit down and have a training session when we can get together. The problem is we have not had one sit-down meeting for 2 months because Nick and I get together about once every other week, have lunch, and we train and we go over tools and everything.
Well, I just think it would be a good introduction for Kevin when she goes, Kevin. Perfect. And the thing is, it would be perfect, but I can't get the stupid thing to work, in the share screen.
What do you want to say? I mean, I'll do it.
Okay. Ankit, since you're more computer oriented, okay, it's actually in Home Alone. There is a thing called Kevin, where they discover that Kevin was
where he shaves. It's where he shaves. It's where he shaves, and then he puts the cologne at the face, and then it burns.
She's on the airplane, and she goes, "Well, Kevin's missing." She goes, "Kevin," like that. It's perfect. It's the intro.
He just realizes Kevin's gone. I know what scene you're talking about.
What scene I'm talking about? Yeah, because we know movies. We're not like this guy, So
my God! Here we go.
I'm waiting for the funny jokes to come out of Nick's mouth. But what do I expect from a chess guy?
Oh, no, there isn't anything funny. It's all factual. You just have to get used to it.
You might crack up Bobby Fischer, but you're not cracking up the world there, Nick.
Funny guys don't deal in facts.
You're doing your homework, haven't you?
I know. This is not even homework. This is easy. This is just.
Well, I'm shocked.
Bobby Fischer, you know Bobby Fischer?
Listen,
who doesn't know? There's a goddamn movie called Searching for Bobby Fischer. I mean, when you think of chess, you think of Gary Kasparov and chess and blue. That's the only three things. So it's like the word association.
Kevin, admit two things. One, it was a great movie. Two, it was way above your head.
Never saw it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Way above your head. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see it.
Not my short list.
So, it would make total sense to me that you wouldn't see something like that because, like, whoosh,
Hey Nick, you may win a Bill Gates lookalike contest, but you sure as you're not going to win a comedy contest.
Oh no, I don't do comedy, dude. I'm a serious
I know.
Dude,
we know.
I mean, the thing is, look, I like to eat well, so I don't do comedy.
I can see.
I do eat well. Yeah, it's really good.
I can see that.
I'm not a sit down comedian. I mean, Kevin. See, the thing is, you should actually eat better than I do because of all those apples that are thrown at you when you get up on stage. I mean, come on,
tomatoes. Do your homework. Do your homework. It's tomatoes.
You got apples and tomatoes.
It's tomatoes. That's what
you happen to have. Okay, but so you get fed really well as a comedian. I can totally understand that.
What do you got? Let's do this movies thing here. I'm listening.
Show me what you're doing in movies. You know,
what am I doing in a movie?
Field of Dreams, since you live there. But we're going to help you out of that field.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Into the world.
That's the homework, huh?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, the people that live.
They came prepared, Kim. This is not prepared.
Well, actually, she has the videos on there that we're going to send the attack videos in very shortly. As soon as
listen,
our IT guys get together and get her done. I got my IT department working. I got a whole team of people working.
Listen, Nick, do me a favor. When we have a discussion, don't ever quote Larry the Cable Guy. That's about as funny as a bread sandwich.
I don't know even who this guy is, and I don't.
You just did. You said get her done. That's exactly what he's from.
That's what we do down south. He doesn't own that. He doesn't own that.
He pretty much.
Okay, let's hear the audio on this. This is the introduction of this guy. Let's hear the audio on this guy. Okay, we're going to play it back so you know who you really are. This is what we think about when we think about you.
I hope.
Especially a person who, quote, purportedly is into movies, but can't.
Yeah, I'm into movies. It's just a matter of expertise level, which is pretty high.
Expertise level. You know, you said you do comedy in New Jersey. You don't even go to Manhattan. We're the real.
That's all I do. Comedy is in Manhattan.
You do comedies in Manhattan?
I'm 5 minutes train right in the city.
There we go. This is all about you. There we go. The introduction, baby. Woof, woof, woof. That's
Nick. I've seen more rhythm from a corpse than that.
Yeah, well, probably so. Especially, you see a lot of corpse in New York right now, don't you? You know, I mean,
especially watching their sketch videos, they'll put anyone to death.
You're probably even working in New York right now. You're probably sitting at home because you can't go to New York.
I mean,
right
I am at home because it's pandemic kind of.
Yeah. You know, the thing is,
biggest pandemic in the biggest city area. So
I was in New York.
Home Alone 2. Don't bring this out here. Home Alone 2 is terrible.
This is one of your favorite shows. Just admit it. Okay, it really is.
Here's Nick. Where's the straws?
You know.
Straws. There you go.
Wait. What? Who is this guy? Oh, there we go.
That's
What is this scene? Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, this is where he plays a movie to scare him away. He does the same thing in the first one.
Yeah. So this is one of your favorite movies?
No, that is not. I hate Home Alone 2. Home Alone 1's good, but 2 is terrible. This is a funny scene, though. It's just a retread of 1, but.
Yeah, so that they had a couple, but we can't hear the audio. We need our IT guys to turn the audio on.
Ankit, where are you, buddy?
Ankit, audio.
Audio.
And you were smooching with my brother.
There it is.
Audio there?
I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir. Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, little Mo with the gimpy leg, Cheeks, Bony Bob, Cliff. No. It's a lie.
It feels like I'm watching a movie back in 1995 on dial-up. Like I'm waiting to connect to AOL.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Or a kung fu film from 1974.
I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me. I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you. Maybe I'm off my hinges, but I believe you. That's why I'm going to let you go. I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to get your lousy, flying, low-down, four-flushing carcass out my door. 1, 3.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And a happy new year.
Okay, that was a good scene. Now, since you're the film expert among us, who was the actor that was in playing that guy who's shooting the Tommy gun?
No one. That was a made-up film to do that film. Everyone thinks that was a real film that they used to air, but it was actually a guy. I don't know who played the guy to.
Really?
Goofy
Okay,
Gun.
so that whole scene was fake.
Yeah, the film. Yeah, the film they were watching. He was watching was fake.
Oh, really? Okay, so I didn't know that. Okay, so that was actually a pretty good clip. Now, since you do you do podcasting, right? So you can't show videos like that on your podcast. Would that be correct, Kevin?
No, we don't. Because again, it's about us. It's not about the movie.
Okay,
and
podcasting is superior to visual podcasting because fill in the blank. What's the reason?
Well, who knows? Because I do both. I do video and audio because you can find Gutting the Sacred Cow on YouTube. Zing!
Oh, you can. Well, I didn't know that. Oh, so you have your own YouTube channel?
It is. We just started our YouTube channel, I think 3 weeks ago. I started YouTube channel 3 weeks ago.
Really?
So there are 2 episodes now and some vignettes on that.
Okay, so I can actually see it on video. I can actually watch it on podcasting. And if I go to Manhattan, which I go to a lot.
You do?
Coronavirus, of course,
okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Like I know you outside of here. We hang out and shoot.
Oh, Don't you
see me hanging out at the TJ Fridays in Times Square?
I look for good comedians, but I might want to go see you also.
Sure.
So the thing is, where do you actually perform at? Do you perform in the Bowery, or do you perform in Morningside Park, or do you perform in Brooklyn? That's part of New York.
All over. Morningside. You picked 2 random. Morningside Park is so uber specific. It's like I want to show them I know the city by shouting out somewhere a little bit off the beaten path. All over. All the boroughs. All the boroughs. You find me around all the boroughs.
All the boroughs. Now the thing is,
Long Island. I played Connecticut. I played up and down. Played Vegas. I played around. So in the city, I'm mostly Manhattan. Mostly Manhattan.
So if I go to a nice theater, like the Schubert
Theater, I wish
theater, or Carnegie Hall, or do I have to go to some dive bar? And that's
no, you have to go to a dive bar straight up. Carnegie Hall's for a symphony and Jerry Seinfeld.
Other performers if they're good, but the thing is, I don't see you there, so I figured that
I like the dive bars. I've heard some really great.
Kim's my kind of gal. Let's go to a bar off the beaten path. No one goes to comedy at Carnegie Hall, Nick. You're very out of touch.
What I like about the dive bars, you're up front and right there.
Yeah, but I'm
right there with the comedian. You're not out back here. You're right face to face with them almost, even though they're on a stage.
Yeah.
And I love it because I've heard some really famous people at some of the dive bars before too. I've just happened to be there when they were there. So no, it's to me, I like it.
Yeah. But I won't find you on the Upper East Side or anything like that, right?
Upper East Side doesn't have any clubs except for Comic Strip and Dangerfields, to which both may not survive the pandemic. They were almost on the way out before it hit, and they're pretty much in danger of going under after everything reopens.
So where are these comedy clubs located at?
All over. There's Broadway comedy clubs on West 53rd Street. You've got New York Comedy Club on 24th and 2nd. You have the Stand on Union Square now.
Far down in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Someone thinks he knows New York, does not know New York.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You know Times Square. You know Upper East Side because you know that's the most expensive zip code. But you don't know about it or been there. And give me 5 places to eat on the Upper East Side. Go.
5? Oh, of the Upper East Side. Well, the thing is, there's.
Don't look at the computer. Look up as you talk.
Okay, there's 65. There's the Russian Tea Room.
That's on the Upper East Side. That's wrong.
There's the Tavern on the Green.
Good try.
Okay, I'm all for the good places that are up there. So
you don't know the Upper East Side.
I can't think of all that.
Yeah,
there's a French breakfast place I like to go to, but that's more in the middle on 20th.
Yeah.
There's a brasserie.
Quite a
23rd Street, between 20th.
23rd Street is way down in the Bowery.
I know, that's where my son
was. Not the Bowery.
Goes there.
Bowery is at the bottom by Bowery.
On the Lincoln Tunnel. It's close.
Dude, you don't know New York.
Goes there.
I just go and I wander. This is what I like to do. I just go wander and something happens. It always happens. Something great always happens.
I ask you for money while pooping on the subway.
Yeah, no. Well, that's probably what happens.
No, it definitely happens.
No, but, I mean, something good. I wander the streets with my sister. We just hang out and have a good time. Or when my son was living up there, and we just have a great time.
That's great. Can be great.
I never remember a restaurant. I just remember where it's at.
Listen, if it's 23rd Street, it's south of
I like dim sum, but that's over in Chinatown.
south of Macy's. There's nothing there except
You're so viciously uneducated. It's sad how viciously uneducated you are in this topic. This would be like me trying to talk chess with you. I'd sound foolish. This is why I don't. But this is why you're trying to talk about New York City with me when I worked there. 23rd Street is not south by any stretch. 23 is it's almost the bottom of Midtown almost. 23rd Street, Gramercy Park is not downtown. It's not even close. So again, someone who does not know what he's talking about, I cannot take you seriously as a credible source.
You're a Jersey boy anyway. You're not a New Yorker.
That's right, I'm not, and neither are you. But I know where I'm going, and I know what I'm talking about. That's the difference.
Admit it.
I just said that I'm a Jersey guy, but I work there and I live there, and I know way more than you are because you're giving a lot of false information.
Because you know where all the dive bars are. I don't go to dive bars.
I know of a few, and you think you know the places, and you're way wrong.
I'll go to the best place
on your demographics.
What do we have to say? All right,
here's the Wicked Witch of the West. Great.
Yeah, there we go. We've got to get her to work though. Make her go to work. Where is she? Where'd she go? She must be dead.
Just keep going. You guys just keep going. I'm
trying to find out where I can find this guy when I go to New York, because he's not in Carnegie Hall. Let's see, he's not in the
comedy is not done in Carnegie Hall. And Carnegie Hall is only for those who are filming a special. Again, he's not the ignorance of those when he tries to project of an air of I know what I'm talking about.
He's not the Schubert. He's not the Winter Garden.
That'd be like he's saying, "Hey Nick, let's play chess." All the great chess places are Toys R Us. That's where you play. That's where you find the great chess.
Toys R Us.
That's where you find the great chess masters.
Okay, so you must be in the South End in the Bowery or Battery Park.
He keeps saying the Bowery. He knows where
all the hoodlums lie, and Nick,
where do they play chess at in the park? What's the main park they play chess?
Washington Square. Who would want to play there? That's a dive. I mean, come on,
Washington Square is a dive. Okay.
Play at Harvard Square. Harvard Square is pretty nice, but
where is the chess club? I know where it is in the city.
Marshall Chess Club, which is
right where.
I don't go to Marshall. I used to go.
You mean you're not good enough to play the Marshall Chess Club? I thought you were
actually in.
And by the way, Nick, the Marshall Chess Club's on the east side on 24th Street or right around there. So that's way south.
Did you go there to play chess? Oh wait, you don't know how. Sorry.
I know where it is, but again, when someone says he thinks he knows New York, but he doesn't know where his biggest hobby is, doesn't know what he's talking about yet again.
Do a review on searching for Bobby Fischer.
I thought he said he did his homework, Kim. This is what I'm very disappointed at.
I thought you should.
Your ability to try and deflect is as bad as your.
I'm not deflecting. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're going like.
This isn't a conversation. This is you spewing misinformation. Yeah. This is like Trump trying to tell me about COVID-19 and what all the experts are doing.
This is all the reality. I'm in the world of reality. The elite go to the Upper East Side. They go to the Upper West Side.
The wannabes go there. The elite live there. No one goes there. The elite live there. No one goes there to hang out.
I just want to explain something there. So Nick ate on his first styrofoam plate ever when he met me. So he didn't know what to do. He was like, I eat on this. So Nick grew up on China Crystal.
He did eat decently.
Silver
now this guy gets a lot of it because he gets.
He doesn't understand these nightclubs that you and I are talking about. Like you and I grew up with. Oh yeah, this is great fun. Let's go do
that. Yeah. You get your wife.
I can see Nick likes the conversation starter that he is. He's a ball of fire and energy.
Yes.
You go to a dive bar. Hey, I got to go.
No, we don't. One of the places we go
to a comedian that's going to make us laugh.
Nick, can I get the Statue of Liberty? It's on the East River.
Wait, you said you've been doing this 10 years, right? 10 years making people laugh. Okay. So the thing is, what do you think?
Hanging out at the M&M store and thinking that this is high end.
Oh, so
Nick's looking for the nearest Pizza Hut there.
Wait, there's Nordstrom, which is up on the Upper East Side, of course.
It is not on the Upper East Side. You are wrong again.
Okay, it's on the West Side.
The West Side.
Same thing. It's on the West Side.
Showing you don't know what you are talking about.
Where is it? Times Square.
No, it is not in Times Square.
Around
57th, Nordstrom's 57th and Broadway. I walk by there.
57th and Broadway. Okay.
It's not even close to time. It's Broadway. Times Square is 42nd or on a bunch of area. 57th is almost at the park, at the bottom.
Yeah, it's up at the park.
Yeah. It's
not even close. Nick does not know what he's talking about yet again.
It's a wonderful place.
You can take a look at the
Let's talk about Hell's Kitchen. That kind of a little bit. That's kind of fun to go to.
And he had to move from Hell's Kitchen to go to Jersey.
It's called Nick's Mouth Hell's Kitchen.
That's an upgrade
out there and the nonsense.
That's an upgrade. He goes, I'm going to upgrade my lifestyle. I'm getting out of Hell's Kitchen. Super.
Nick, where is Hell's Kitchen? Why don't you tell me, because you think you know everything else in New York?
I go to those places, dude. You know,
you do. You think you know New York so well because I go there all the time. No, you don't know.
It's like you know New York because you go all
the time. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. This is why he's not answering the question, Kim. See?
No, I don't really care. I mean,
he asked me something about chess, he'll know that, but he won't know about New York. But he says he knows about New York. So again, this credit, I do not take this credit to people funny.
Did you really want to live in the black hole of Calcutta? No. So you don't go there. I don't want to live in Hell's Kitchen.
That's your knowledge base of New York, the black hole of Calcutta. Nothing there.
I don't even know. I don't go to those places, dude. I mean,
he just spouts out things he's dreading.
You know,
as it
so tell us about this latest movie that you're going to cut. Tell us about the latest movie.
And the subject change comes in when you've run out of ammunition. Okay, good. Now that
we want to hear about your movie deals, okay? Because the thing is, you're gutting some sacred cow out.
Kim, if I just put this wannabe heckler in his place, can I move on now, or do I have to continue down this road?
When you gut,
I don't know. What do you want to do, Kevin?
You're gutting this.
I've proven without a shadow of a doubt that he doesn't know what he's talking about with New York and other things.
I know. You've proven it's out of a doubt that I don't hang out.
I don't hang out wheels, as we say.
Dive bars in New York.
So here we go, back to the dive bar. He's going to go back to some buzzwords and try and spout them off.
Try and see in the dive places.
Someone doesn't know where certain things are, but
here's what's going to happen when we're re-entered. When re-entry has occurred, because I'm already getting invites to places. I'm not even going to go to just yet.
Kevin, I'm
come up to New York, and you're going to show him.
I'm going to go see Kevin.
New York.
I'm going to go see so I can.
Hall, not Tavern on the Green.
We'll show him Nordstrom is on the Upper East Side, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go visit Kevin so I can.
No, we're going to go show Nick
I can make some
the real places. We're in the heart of the city where comedians get their start or have been for a long time.
Kevin,
they're everywhere.
Fresh tomatoes
everywhere.
When you're comedian, they throw fresh tomatoes at you.
We're going to go eat Chinese food. We're going to go to dim sum, and we're going to get dim sum soup in Chinatown.
We're not. No. We're not going to Chinatown. Not anytime soon.
Not right now. No.
I got a serious question for Kevin.
Even that's got to give another 2 months after I think it's.
That's what I said. That's what I kept saying. I'm not going anywhere for quite some time, even though I'm being booked for events right now. I'm like, nope, not until.
I have a serious question, Kevin. Kevin,
sure.
When you're a stand-up comedian, when they throw tomatoes, are they rotten tomatoes or are they fresh tomatoes? That's all I want to know. Which do you get?
I'm just waiting for the funny part to come in.
There's nothing funny about it. I'm just.
You're right. There is nothing funny about it. Okay, cool.
If you get the rotten tomatoes,
another hack cliche coming out of Nick's mouth. Why am I not surprised? Okay.
So I think
I don't know. He won't answer that question. But the thing is,
no one grows tomatoes. No one. This is not vaudeville 1924.
That they throw tomatoes. I said they threw apples, and said no, they throw tomatoes. You would know.
No, they did throw tomatoes. They don't. They haven't known.
Tell me what they threw. I don't know if it's apples or tomatoes.
I got news for you. No one rides horses to work anymore either. How about that news flash?
Well, you don't live out west, do you? Where they do.
Oh, I don't want to live out west.
Because New Yorkers never go out west. There's anything outside of New York.
You're in North Carolina. You're in the city of Raleigh. You're not exactly where there's a hitching post hanging out there.
No, he's actually in Sanford. They do horses in Sanford.
Yeah.
Big horse town. So.
You're gonna have to open up your eyes and see there's a world outside of New York. I know it's tough for New Yorkers because they think everything ends at the city lines.
It pretty much. There's a lot more here than there are to the
place. Yeah, there's a lot of coronavirus.
I've been all around. I've seen plenty.
Right. Yeah, you've been to New Jersey.
Nick's just said Upper East Side 18 times to make him think that he's one of the elite out there. But we can move on from that.
I think we could definitely maybe do a tour in New York.
This week. I mean, what movies are you reviewing this week?
We did Forrest Gump this week. We did,
and you finally admit it was a great movie.
No, we actually tore it apart and said it's a saccharinized, sappy film, and the guy who chose to take it down hates it because he felt, which I disagreed on this viewpoint, he felt it was sexist and racist, which I disagreed.
Nah, it was just a great movie.
No. But that was his point. He felt it was sexist.
Okay, if you don't think it's a great movie, what'd they make in the box office? Huh?
Doesn't mean it's a great. Bad movies make a lot of money. You do realize
It doesn't matter. Ankit, show us how we
matter in the sense of judging film.
Ankit, I need
to saying
show this
bad films make a lot of money.
Show Ankit, show this American how
Not just last week you said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was awful, but that made a lot of money.
Ankit,
so that also
this is how we measure success.
It made a lot of money.
That is how we move.
Bad movies can make a lot of money. So that's
no. The thing is, the problem with that crazy movie in Hollywood, it had the name Hollywood on it, so all the suckers bought it.
That's
still a bad movie.
Why people
Forrest Gump didn't have Hollywood name on it, and a lot of good people bought it because it was a good movie. So what you did is you gutted
remotely markedly true.
So you gutted a good movie that was by all metrics successful,
and instead, very successful. What is very successful, but it doesn't mean
if you don't think that's a good movie. What do you think?
Hank's got a question.
What kind of movie you like, and what do you think is the movie which maybe generates a lot of revenue around the world?
What kind of movie does it? What movie do I like that does not have a lot of revenue? Boy, there are a lot. There are a lot of independent films.
Just name one.
That King of Kong, Euro Dreams of Sushi. Those are few. We watched Parasite last night, but that made a lot of money.
That was horrible.
That was great.
Oh,
fantastic!
Come on. You're telling me you didn't.
Nick needs a paint by numbers Forrest Gump movie to understand, but doesn't understand layers and nuance.
It was an Academy Award. Okay, believers like you go.
Guy to go through the South with a box of chocolates on a bus stop, telling stories of quasi-American history to understand.
Wait, you didn't gut Parasite. You gut Forrest Gump, a great
movie.
The
guy, not yet. The guy who chose Parasite is going to try and gut it. I am going to defend Parasite.
You're going to defend Parasite? Are you a lawyer?
Parasite is a remake of a Tamil movie, Indian Tamil movie. You know about it?
I don't know. Tell me about it.
So there's a movie in Tamil in India, basically, the regional language. And Parasite is a remake of that movie.
I did not know that. Well, that'll make my 5 fun facts then. That's good.
I know. You won't believe. I'll tell you how it works basically. So in India, we follow a lot of Hollywood movies as usual.
Sure.
Okay. Then our regional industries follow our movies, and they follow Chinese movies.
Right.
And they follow Chinese. And then those Tamil movies are followed by a lot of Chinese people around China and Mandarin and mainland China. And then again, if you see that world. And then again, the Hollywood people and people of different countries, then they're following those Chinese movies. So it's like
it's a vicious circle. I got you.
Interesting this and this and this. So it's a circle.
I got it. So that's good. It makes sense.
Basically, we have done a movie not similar to Avatar, but it's a different movie. It's a mythological movie with 2 parts, which comes in 6 months of time gap, and both the movies have done close to $1 billion sale.
When did that film come out? The one that was like Avatar. What year did that come out?
So our movie is Bahubali.
No. What year did it come out?
That's what I'm saying. Bahubali, the movie name.
No. What year did that film come out?
What year did Bahubali?
2018.
18. Oh, so it's recent. Yeah, because Avatar was 2009, and then that's okay. I was just curious to see the timeline. And now Avatar is doing at least 4. I think they're doing 4 other sequels. So I think there's up to Avatar 5 or 4. I know there's 4 sequels in the movie.
Have you guys been able to actually sit through that? I can't sit through that.
Avatar?
Yeah, because it was horrible. I can last maybe 15 minutes.
Things you'll ever see, but the plot is bare bones.
Are you kidding?
I didn't like it.
Did you defend that movie?
It's absolute 10 plus on the visual, but the plot is just.
Counselor, do you defend that movie?
I did not defend it.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're on the same page.
The guy who came on, not a fan of that at all, and we agree with him.
I can't last 15 minutes to that thing.
So that's a fact, Kevin. Can you see it?
I can see it, yeah.
Oh, it's all about the money, man, because the thing is the rest of it's trash.
$218 million worth in US dollars. I was just curious to see.
Yeah.
For US dollars. Because yours is so over 40 billion. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So 260. So gross of 262. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot for India. 262 is good. It's not. It's very good. It's very good. It's not like light years. It's not Avatar, which was like 1.3 billion. So
I know.
Yeah.
It shows what people.
We have 1.3 billion in India, and then Indians are around the world 300 million. Okay,
Right.
and then a lot of people who are following the Bollywood. So we have done this movie in 6 to 7 languages, and then we dub in multiple areas based on the requirement. And the movie has got the maximum number of screening around the world.
okay.
If you count screens, maximum screens. And the best part is the movie started with part A, and after the part A, everyone was asking a question: who killed this guy? Who killed this guy? It was kind of a meme around the world, and we have to wait for 6 months to get the answer. So the part 2 automatically created a hype that who killed this guy, and
Cool.
that's why
I'll add that to the queue. Sure. Let me do that right now.
Oh, you're gonna actually review that, Kevin?
No, I'm gonna add it to my queue to watch.
Oh, really? You actually watch these things? Okay, I don't have an attention span for those horrible movies.
and also if you remember, there was a Chinese movie called Cliff Ocean or something, Red Ocean. I don't remember the name.
Hey, can you put it in the chat for me, Ankit, so I can see it? Just put it in the chat box.
Put in the chat. Yeah. Hey, Ivan has joined us. Ivan, where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Really? Okay, you got a good mic. Unlike Kevin, I'm working on Kevin to try to make his show better. It's a long haul with Kevin, but he'll eventually get there. It's going to take him time, but you have a great mic. You know, that's your mic. You need an upgrade, Kevin. So what sort of
Snowball? I do voiceover, Nick. I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to mics.
Thanks. Notice the word.
I do. I make money from that. So
Thanks, Ivan. Ivan, what sort of show do you do? You probably do a great show, and Kevin could take some lessons and notes. What's your show?
Well, basically, I'm the GM and head coach for Next GC of the NBA 2K League. My podcast started from me being involved in the NBA 2K community. And basically, it was just spreading awareness and being positive throughout the gaming community, which sometimes can be looked upon as a negative, toxic environment. So the OG 2 cents is something that I started on Twitter, where basically I would just spread positive tweets. And then at the end, I would put a hashtag OG 2 cents. So after a year, I collected all of the tweets and basically just turned them into segments on my podcast, which I started back in February.
Oh, really? Okay. So what does your podcast do? You said it's with the NBA. Is that like basketball?
Yeah, it's a virtual 5v5. It's a professional esports.
A professional esports of virtual basketball.
Yes. Yeah. And it started. We're into our 3rd season now.
Right.
Started back in 2017.
Really? Okay, so there's actually a professional league of virtual basketball. These aren't real basketball; it's virtual basketball, right?
Correct.
So your season didn't end, right?
Well, technically it does. We're actually just started this past on May 5th. We opened up our season. Typically, it's played in a studio in New York. The first 2 seasons we were in Brooklyn Studios in Long Island City.
Right.
This season we actually upgraded into Hudson Yards, and was going to be in Manhattan, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, we've been pretty much playing remote now. We've been
I was going to say, why do you need to go to Manhattan? I mean, they need to run into Kevin, which is not a great thing. So the thing is, you could actually do it remotely, and then you don't have to go to New York and run to coronavirus and bad comedians.
Ivan, by the way, Nick thinks that
what they call these dive bars.
Side, and he thinks everything is everything. He thinks 24th Street is downtown. By the way, just to give you, Nick's one of these guys who thinks he knows New York, but when you're in North Carolina, you don't know it only because you've been there 6 times. So I live in Jersey, but I work in this city. So it's funny when Nick tries to spat off like he knows New York. So when you talk about Manhattan, just take it with a grain of salt and save yourself.
See, the thing is, Ivan, let me tell you something about Kevin. He doesn't even know where Dayton, Ohio is. If you gave him, you can give him a big map like this, a big globe.
Northeast Ohio.
Kevin, show me where Dayton, Ohio is. I think it's down here somewhere. It's over here. You don't have a clue because he's.
I just said where it is. It's Northeast Ohio.
Don't know where Dayton.
Northeast Ohio. Next.
Northeast. Now notice what he said. Northeast Ohio.
Yeah,
Ivan, Dayton and Northeast.
Am I right?
Ohio. Dayton.
Am I right?
Ivan, is he right?
Southwest.
Southwest. There we go.
Not even close. Right. Told you I didn't know where it is.
Kevin,
I know Cincinnati. I've been to Cincinnati. I'm not looking to go to Dayton.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes away from
see, okay, Ivan, what we're going to do is we're going to ship one of these to Kevin so he knows that this is called the world. Oh, this is the world, something that New Yorkers don't know very much about. Oh, by the way, as you go over here, there's a country where, India, there it is. That's where Ankit's from. So, and we have to educate these New Yorkers because they don't even know where Dayton, Ohio.
Think about this: we're getting Kevin some really good Indian fans.
No,
right?
we're giving
like we're building a new base over in India. We have doctors and lawyers and businessmen, pharmaceutical owners. They all watch this. They all support us, and now that you get to know Kevin and Ankit's got 1.2 billion. Fans.
1.3 billion followers. Yeah. Now, I got Ivan a question. Okay, do you have 100,000 downloads on your podcast right now?
Not yet.
You want to get to 100,000?
I just cracked over 1,000.
Okay, we'll get you to 100,000 because we had a lady on earlier who cracked the code how to get to over 100,000 viewers, and we're going to create a little podcast.
I think her code was having an established business that your customers just followed her to. That's a pretty easy pathway to create.
Dude, you're so slow. Come on, Ankit.
I'm not knocking. I'm saying that's
we're going to get Kevin to 100,000 viewers.
We'll play it back in a minute. One of the things, though, I do want to share. I'm going to be on one of the podcaster shows on Monday. Lita? I was invited, to be on the podcast.
Lita has 100,000 downloads, and she's only done her 6 podcasts, but she knows what she's doing. Hello, other podcasters. Yeah, Kevin. Ankit.
Yeah, so basically what Leta says that she's working with the Business Radio X, and they do a lot of shows, and she was talking about downloads of Business Radio X and not about her own podcast.
Not her own podcast. It was the business show. It was the business
podcast where they
what did I just say? What did I just?
Not just her show.
Not just her show, yeah.
No, it was the business show that she's doing. He's in what do you call it? That kind of law.
Like a network.
People get injured, that kind of thing. So
personal injury. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, personal injury. So
I know that like I know New York.
So she's piggybacking is what it sounds like, right?
Of course.
Right.
There you go. Good for her. That's awesome. But when you say you crack the code, I can't take that seriously. When it says I cracked the code. No, you got on the hot. You followed in the wake, and you did it. That's great. You got an easier path, but it's not like you're blazing trails like Ivan and I are doing. So that's what I just want to make the point of. So okay.
So Ivan, I missed out. What are you doing? What kind of podcast show do you have?
Ivan, I want to hear from you. You're up.
It's basically from the 2K community. I started back in 2015 operating leagues and tournaments, and became pretty much a figure in the community. And I took upon myself to be basically a positive light in the community, which is looked at sometimes as toxic. And I started on Twitter, just tweeting out positive tweets, and I hashtagged it OG2cents. And then a year later, I turned it into a podcast where basically it's blending culture and life and gaming all into one. So basically, that's my crowd that I speak to, just motivational, positive.
So you believe in the power of positive thinking, right, Ivan?
Yes.
Okay, which is the motto of our company, the power of positive thinking.
Right here, baby.
There we go, baby. Right.
Every day.
Power of positive thinking, right?
I own the hashtag.
So I'm not sure about that. Okay. So the thing is, the power of positive thinking actually does work, as we well know, right? Can you explain that to Kevin, because he needs a little education in this area?
Are you kidding me? Power of positive.
Well, the thing about it for me, I mean, it hasn't failed me. I've just persevered through a lot of different situations. Failure, lack of success, and I just kept pushing through. And I mean, like I said, it hasn't failed me yet. I just stay determined, focused, and just keep my eyes on the prize. I mean, I know a lot of it sounds cliche, but that's what works for me. And I said I won't change.
It's in my book. It's in my book, right? Perseverance, right?
Yeah.
Execute with excellence, as we say at NC State University. But no, perseverance, right? Stand on your convictions, believe in yourself.
But you were saying that your community has negative vibes or something like that. Talk to me about these negative people. I never see a negative person on Facebook. I usually go to Facebook and I say, "Hey, I've arrived." You know, the thing is,
you're telling a story.
You're also welcome.
You're telling a story.
Nobody says anything negative on Facebook. They're all positive, right?
They all say negative things to me. They hate me.
I think in the world of
I'm the most hated figure on Facebook right now.
Yeah. It starts I think it primarily starts from just being competitive and just hating to lose. And a lot of times people rage out, lash out. I think most of it is probably done just out of competing and not wanting to lose, but some of it is like actually who people are. Like they're just negative people, unfortunately, and it just transfers over into them playing video games. So I try to like just not take things so serious and try to, I guess, thin the ice a little bit between positive gamers like myself and negative gamers out there that exist. So I've been successful at that. That's pretty much my brand. That's how people view me and what they expect when they see me. So
okay, all right. So the thing is, so you're with the gamers and you're always positive. Have you thought about doing a political blog? Because all the people in politics are pretty positive, right? And then you can bring that energy, that positive energy, to politics and the political conversation.
There's no such thing. Positive and politics don't go together.
I was just about to say that.
We got positive dudes into politics, so
the younger generation, get rid of politics.
Can you bring your positive vibe
and get rid of it?
Ivan, can you do that?
There's no freedom in politics.
I seriously doubt that, Nick. Politics is not my thing. I mean, I try to stay up. The funny thing, we argue about politics as if we're not receiving the same information, and it's just a matter of what you believe at that point.
No, it's a matter of what TV news story you watch. Do you watch somebody with data, or do you watch the left or the right? Do you read the left or the right?
Yeah, but I want to see Ivan bring that power of positive thinking into politics.
But we do data on this
guy is rock solid.
I probably won't last long. I wouldn't last long, Nick.
Yeah, but you can bring it to sports, right? You do it to sports, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think I'm the first one that actually do that in sports, but in my realm probably,
right?
Yes, but in sports in general, no. I mean, you have your positive religious type of athletes and different things of that nature. So
yeah, I mean, see, Kevin brings it to movies. He's really positive about movie. He's now positive that Parasite is a piece of trash.
No, Parasite's a great film.
Never won the Academy Award for the Best Picture because all it is blood, guts, and gore.
Here we go again.
That sold that crazy movie.
This is Nick proving what he doesn't know. There was hardly any blood, and except for the ending, which I'm not going to ruin, but it wasn't. There weren't any guts. So
you don't have to ruin the ending.
He knows something, but he doesn't.
They ruined it for you, counselor. You don't have to ruin the ending. They did it for you, and they did it because they knew it would sell. Remember, as you know, if it bleeds, it leads, and that's what they put in the end of the movie.
Not even the basis of the
film.
All
the suckers would buy it, and the sad part is your fools in Hollywood bought it too. And the sad part, even that, is people like you who follow the people in Hollywood, and they say, Hollywood, you worship it. Oh boy, it's Hollywood. It's got to be good.
But getting the cow leads, Nick, so it's going to lead. Think about it. Paul Ferguson.
It should lead its way right.
Nick, how much of that echo chamber you're in right now costs for you? I'm just curious. You can hear yourself talking no one else.
How much per hour do they pay you to defend that?
I don't like Parasite. It's too bloody. Side.
Getting the cow is very, very bloody. So it's going to lead. You and I know that, just like Paul Ferguson.
Or a positive guy, Ivan, would take that movie and tear it apart because it's that bad. He's a positive.
Ivan, did you see Parasite?
He's a positive guy. Did you see that movie?
I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to have to check it out now.
No, don't waste your money. Save
No.
your money, put it in a mutual fund somewhere, make some money off of it. Man, don't give it to these Hollywood guys that are trying to suck you in.
Yeah,
for
don't give it to the Hollywood guys
products.
that brought you
Are you
Forrest
kidding
Gump,
me?
right, Nick? Because that's a terrible film.
And please, Ivan, don't take your advice from a comedian in New Jersey who wishes he was in New York. I mean, come on. He's
You're
not
right.
the guy you want to take your
Where
financial advice
the
from.
pandemic's number
You
one.
know?
I do not want to be there right now. That's why everyone fled New
so they
York.
escaped to New
and they
Jersey.
left
New
to see
Jersey
it.
has a pandemic there
Ghost
too.
Town. Again, Nick's
It's a
not
waste
knowing
of
what you're
time.
talking about.
He actually needs to leave and go to a place like you are in Dayton where it's safe. But he doesn't know where Dayton is. He'll end up in northwestern Ohio somewhere, lost looking for Cleveland, the mistake by the lake. So anyway, I'm trying to help the guy out, and it's really hard, as you all know, trying to help out to escape from New York, which was a good movie, except a lot of people didn't take that advice, so they're still there.
Are you going to take advice from a guy who just lost a Bill Gates contest by one?
Bill Gates. Bill Gates contest. What are you talking about?
That haircut, that glasses, that means
the look-alike.
Yeah, who looks like Bill Gates?
You do.
I don't look like
Jesus
Bill Gates.
Christ.
Who the guy is? He's a computer
back on.
dude, isn't he?
Honest to God, does Nick put up Ankit? Put up a picture.
No,
of
it's
Bill
not
Gates.
even close.
Put it up
Not
right
even
now.
close. Don't
Does he
bother.
look like Bill
Waste of
Gates?
time.
Answer is an emphatic
No.
yes. Put a picture of Bill Gates up right now.
I'm sure Nick has heard that more than once.
Waste of time. Never heard of it. I don't even know who this guy is. He's a computer jock. That's all I understand.
Nick, you look like Melinda Gates too.
Yeah, well, she's worth looking at for sure. But Bill Gates, are you kidding me? Not happening. But anyway, he runs this podcast called Gutting the Sacred Cow, and he takes all the best movies. Like, let's ask Ivan, okay, because he's objective, not like you, Kevin. Okay, do you like Forrest Gump as a movie?
That's a no.
It was entertaining at times.
There we go, entertaining at
Did you
times.
see him have to think about it? He said no. Ivan,
He did not say no.
It's an old
He
movie.
didn't say no. He said it was entertaining at some time. What sort of spin room do you work in, Kevin? I mean, the thing is, you must live in this spin room.
The guy in the left named Nick Palpetta don't look like the profile of a serial killer. I don't know what does.
What are you talking about? Who's this guy over here anyway?
Nick, I loved you in the film Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you're okay. Ivan is a positive guy, so he liked the film Forrest Gump. Kevin is a negative person, so he hated the film.
I did not like
Forrest
the film.
Gump. But saying anything that's good in life, like Forrest Gump, is bad to him, and everything's bad.
No,
it was
Parasite,
which
very
is
saccharine.
trash. He loves it, and he loves Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Which, by the way, did you waste your time watching that movie, Ivan? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Did you waste your money?
I haven't seen it.
Good. Save your money. Invest it in a mutual fund. You'll do a lot better than wasting your money on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Any movie that has Hollywood in it is generally bad. Okay, because it's a sucker's play. It's a Quentin Tarantino sucker play, and he sucked a lot of money in because of that. And then the Hollywood people worship him, not realizing it was another piece of trash by Hollywood. And that's the name of the game. That's the reality.
The last show I watched with Hollywood, and it is on Netflix right now.
What's that one?
It's a mini series. Like it takes place in the golden ages, like Rock Hudson and
right. Yeah. Why do they call it the Golden Age? What they did is they captured all the actors and they put them under severe labor contracts. It wasn't the Golden Age. It was horrible for them. I mean, seriously, they were enslaved to the MGMs of the world and stuff like that. Do you know what a cesspool is? Here's what a cesspool is, Ivan. Leave Dayton and go to Hollywood.
Says things that like he knows about New York.
leave Dayton, which is a real city, and go to the La La Land. Then you'll find where the cesspool lie. Okay, and then you want to see its cousin. Go to New York and hang out with Kevin. There's the cousin right there. Most of the places are leaving places like that. They're going to real cities like Dayton, Ohio.
I'm not too far from Kevin. I'm actually in East Village, New York.
There you go. Oh,
East
Nick,
Village,
there's
New
another
York.
theory that you just don't know what you're talking
East
about.
Village, New York. You need to leave now, Ivan.
Hey, Ivan, real fast, by the way. Nick thinks anything below Macy's is a waste of time. He thinks in the East Village where you live is a waste of time.
Yeah, I would leave there. If you're in the East Village, I'd get out of there. I mean, all is.
You have a ticket. You have New Jersey Transit ticket. Look at that, Ankit. That's hilarious. I got a New Jersey Transit ticket.
Well, he actually escaped. So Ankit is in New Delhi. He escaped from New York, which was one of the best movies and best advice.
And a Metro
Oh,
card.
yeah,
Nice.
the Metro card.
You can save those as souvenirs.
Don't get on those right now, man. They are just being overrun with
down.
the homeless, and they're shitting everywhere. That they should, for the first time ever, they've shut the subways down from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. to clean the cars every night because they've gotten bad.
And that won't help. By the way, they could scrub that whole place down. It wouldn't help. It's over. Just forget it. You know, I mean, the thing is, it's dirty. It's built to stay that way. Go back to Dayton, clean.
Where do you live in Jersey, Ankit?
You know, what?
Where do you live in Jersey?
Yeah, but
Edison, yeah, big Indian community there. Yeah, that and Parsippany, like the biggest too.
Really?
That's the biggest part of our esports.
I want to tell you guys something sad. It took 9/11 to clean up New York. Right, I used to go to New York a lot and work up there.
Kim, that's
we
not
would
true.
have
That's
to
not
be
true
in
at all.
by
Kim,
10.
that's not true. When Giuliani was the mayor, he got all the old Times Square you see in like Taxi Driver movie and all that. He cleaned all the porn stuff, all that out. It was clean before 9/11.
It was.
Yes.
Oh, you're telling me there's no porn stuff in New York right now?
Not
right?
very little.
People do give Giuliani credit. People do give Giuliani credit after.
Giuliani is why Times Square is what it is now. Bottom line. But he was there after 9/11 too, right? He was there after 9/11. Yeah, he was mayor during 9/11. Yeah, it was him and then Bloomberg.
But they said that he's what cleaned it up completely. Like after 9/11, he was able to really push a lot more things.
He did all before 9/11.
Kevin, are you telling me that
before that, in the late 90s, he was cleaning it up?
Kevin, Mr. New Yorker, are you telling me that New York is now a safe, clean place to be or not?
No, I'm saying it was safer and that Giuliani was the reason it got cleaner than what it was.
But I've heard that. Every cab driver I rode with told me it was all credit to Giuliani.
Look at me. Okay.
Kevin, Nick, if you don't live here, you don't know what you're talking about yet again. Kevin, I do. You don't. So, pretty much, I'm sure you're going to agree with what I just said. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me.
How is it today? Okay.
Well,
is it a safe place to live today? Yes or no, Kevin?
It's better. It's much better. And yeah, there are places. Yeah, it is better.
Really? Okay. Today,
I know what your version of nice is. Depends what you want. Your famous Upper East Side. What's more pristine than that?
Pretty nice, yeah.
Well, there you go. So it is a nice place to live. Jesus.
Well, I'm talking about now. Is it a nice place to live?
Yes.
Now, today, you would move to New York.
Nick, I don't know how many times I have to answer that question in informative ways as you try and prove myself right on every single point out there.
We have to train you. The objection is called ask.
This is what happens when you run out of ammunition.
Mm-hmm. Now that we're on,
this is the end of Good Casting the Sundance Kid, where they're surrounded, and he's going to throw his gun at us because he's out of bullets.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a good one. Are you
Of course, your reference is everything's a movie. You're like a walking movie. You know,
I can't do that.
I've explained to him about real life in the world, not just a movie.
Well, we're talking about movies, so that's what we're here for. That's why I'm here.
So I kind of want to talk about what is your opinion of New York when Uber kind of took in place?
Because much better. Competition, it makes everything better because you don't have to wait for it. There you go. You don't have to wait for cabs. And that's the best thing about it. And it's cheaper. All right. You can set your pickup a lot easier. And I'll even tell you what, Ivan's going to agree with this too. Cabbies were not picking up people of color. They would not pick up black people because they're afraid of stuff. Uber,
they can't do that.
It's a lot different now because you don't know what's picking up sometimes, so they can just show up and go, okay, boom. But cabbies were not picking up black people. Danny Glover did a whole video about it 20 years ago.
They can't do that. That's
Uber, it gives people who don't get picked up by cabs more chances to get picked up by cabs. Ivan?
Yeah. Is that true, Ivan?
Yeah, I mean, it's been true in a lot of different cases. I mean, you never had that problem with Uber or Lyft or anything like that. They more than willing to pick you up and take you where you need to go.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, but the cabbies weren't like that.
Nope.
Don't they know they're violating the laws of the United States of America? Do they know that yet? You know, they need a lawyer.
Yeah, right, Nick.
Yeah, that's
come on.
Another point I'm right on.
Don't come south.
You know. Yeah,
From South is right.
nice. Another point, you're right. See what Kevin does? He collects points when he's right. He's got like 2 of them right now. They're not.
Well, Nick going to come on and challenge you one-on-one to this little duel that Kim set up. So I'm done. I'm decimating him in the competition. So that's
Kevin can get 1 or 2 points right.
There you go. That's it.
Makes
no. Nick set that up, but I had
Oh, he
fun
did?
watching
Oh,
you
so he
two.
invited a lion. He invited a lion into the cage. That's not a good idea.
I'm
I
right
just,
with the Wicked Witch of
I
the
just
West.
love watching. This is
Melting.
fun. I don't think I have this much fun. This
Yeah.
is like
The Uber has definitely been a huge success. Now the only problem though is now that has caused the city to incur a tax. So you're going to have another tax. It's called a congestion tax. So they don't want cars in the city because they want people to ride bikes and walk on, but that's just not plausible.
Where you been? Oh wait, that's right. You're in New York, so you don't even know they have that in London already. You've probably.
I'm just saying that's one of the bad things that came with Uber is that
You guys
more
are
cars
so
became
far behind in New York. You have no
There's
idea.
another tax on that.
Kevin, do you know where London is? They already have that.
I've been there. I was there.
Let me bring this over to you. We'll go find London for Kevin. There it is. Oh, you got to go across the pond. There we go. There it is. There's London for you. Okay, we're helping him out there because see, New Yorkers don't know that there's a world outside of
Nick's a broken record over and over, playing the hits that never hit. He didn't know that London already wonder is what we call him.
Congestion fee already over there to keep these crazy cars out and polluting the city, so you can't even see
no one argued that. I just said New York just implemented that tax as well. No one talked about London, Nick. So nice to try to bring a segue in here that has no bearing on the conversation. So let's just stay in the lane.
You need to clean up that.
Kurt, I mean, what do you think of this kind of banter? I mean, you do this power positive thinking type show. What do you think of all of this? This is energy.
The one thing about it, I mean, yeah, about being positive, but I'm not objective. Like, I mean, I still listen to everything, and it gives great insight. The one thing about me is my thoughts are not edged in stone. I can be thinking about a lot of different subjects and things like that, but when I hear other people speaking, I can be swayed if it makes sense or is better than my initial thought. So I love it, to be honest.
I do too. I do.
Okay. Well, maybe you get some points like Kevin. Kevin has 2 of them right now. So
a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Ivan has a lot more? I wouldn't be surprised already. Easily passed.
He's doing a great job today too, Ivan. It's just Nick though. Nick thinks he's funny. He's like the 15th
I'm not funny.
person in the office,
I'm a serious guy. You're the guy who thinks you're funny. You're the professional.
I'm pretty.
Okay, I am not.
I was listening to the podcast.
Okay.
And hey, there's another guy. Hey, he invited me to do his podcast. There's another fellow.
Wait, somebody
else who bring on his podcast. So I think the points are adding up way more than you think, there, buddy.
Okay, somebody's actually inviting.
Yeah, Mark's show on Monday.
I'm doing Mark's show.
Well, Mark, are you actually inviting this guy to do a podcast? Do you want your ratings?
I invited him to show up.
Yeah.
He invited me. I'm on his show Monday.
Are you kidding me?
Looks like Nick's not invited. Oh, I wonder why.
That's because I don't need to have an invitation.
Nick's
like
the guy that he walks into a party, everybody goes in different directions, like when cockroaches see the light.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. I mean, come on. I'm shocked in awe, Kevin, that they would actually invite you.
Why not?
It's partially because I don't think they heard about the original story of what actually happened. Maybe they feel sorry for you, Kevin.
Maybe that's it.
You said earlier. Hey, listen, earlier on the show, you can look at it. I asked him, do they throw apples at you when you're on? He goes, no, they throw tomatoes at me when I get on. So he goes to Manhattan. He does his stand-up comedy. He's not funny. They throw tomatoes at him. I wasn't really sure.
Okay, isn't there an insurance convention that he's trying to make people laugh? Daniel Leonard that says, Nick, I'm not funny, Palvetta.
Mark and Ivan feel sorry for you, so you got invited on their shows. Okay, and the good news, their shows are podcasts, so nobody's going to throw a tomato at you. So you're good to go. We've improved your life already.
Are you sure you should still be on, Nick? Shouldn't you pick up some food from TGI Fridays, being that you're a culinary master in New York?
Hey, look, I don't even know that they even have TGI's Friday in New York.
I thought you're a New York expert. You should know that. Yeah,
no, I just don't eat at the bad places. I mean, you probably know where they all are because you know where the dive bars are. So that's where you perform, in dive bars. Where do you eat? Bad places. I don't do that stuff. Okay,
here's fun.
It's okay. You can go eat it stuff. You can hit stuff. Let's bring Ivan back. Let's bring Mark back. Okay. All right. Did you guys really invite this guy to be on your show?
See?
Well, I haven't, but I will.
You
Hey,
will?
there's another one. Thanks, Ivan. I'd love
Are
to come
you
on your show.
kidding me? Are you kidding? All he knows is about movies. His life is.
I was watching Nick's argument just fall apart like an old sweater in the dryer from last time.
Hey, Ivan, you're going to be talking about basketball.
Wait a minute.
You're going to be talking about basketball.
With me,
He won't even know what a
without me.
basketball is.
With me,
Okay, you're going to have to explain to him how basketball works.
It's a lot of
This guy's a movie
basketball
guy.
movies out there.
I'm on a show. I'm on Walter Football Show. I'm on Mark.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain to him, Ivan, you're going to have to give him the rules of basketball and sports because all he knows is movies. And Mark, I don't know what you're going to do.
I watch hoops.
I have no idea.
By the way, Ivan, how insane is the Jordan documentary? That is amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Kevin,
if it's a movie, he would know
fantasy
about it.
football?
It's taking a lot of people
Yeah,
back.
good
I mean, especially for me, I was a teenager then.
And I think you have to know sports, at least a little bit about football, in order to pick the players.
Well, he watches movies about sports, so maybe he knows a little bit about it. You know.
Oh, you mean I make a second living on fantasy football? I know. Thank you. Ivan, that what they've done with that has been so fantastic. If that's not sports doc of the year, I don't know what is. It's been fantastic, and I just wish they'd do more than 2 episodes a week. I just want to binge the hell out of it. It's been, and I was a huge fan. I was a Michael fan. I used to be a Bulls fan because of Michael. Not anymore. I just kind of fell with the NBA. But it's been such a beautiful trip down memory lane, reliving, seeing all those players, the Sonics, and all that, the Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf, and Kemp era. Man, that was great to seeing all those guys and him just killing the Knicks and destroying the Knicks. And just, I remember like it was yesterday. Starks 3-19.
Yeah, I was a Knicks fan, so
that hurt, huh? The Smith getting blocked over and over. That had to hurt.
Ivan, I thought you were a Reggie Miller fan. He's a good friend of the Knicks, right?
He killed, yeah.